Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve the perfect soft glam every time. Now what I love about a soft glam look is that it's super versatile. You can wear it every single day, all throughout the year with any outfit, and it's always going to look gorgeous. And the great thing about it is that it's not super complicated. Once you have the routine down, you're set. And today I'm going to be showing you the step-by-step routine on how to achieve this makeup look. So if you want to know how to achieve the perfect soft glam look every time, keep watching. So the first thing I do before starting any kind of makeup look is skin prep. So I'm gonna go in with the Sephora All Day Hydrator. I got this in the Sephora sale last year because this girl on TikTok said that it's the best moisturizer to go under makeup. I don't feel like it's any different from any other moisturizer, but I bought two, so I'm gonna use them up. Just really rubbing the product in. Look at that glow. While I wait for the moisturizer to soak in, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. So for eyebrows, I like to keep it very simple. I go in with the e.l.f. Brow Lift. I use a spoolie. I like to get a lot of product on the spoolie because I have thick eyebrows. I absolutely love this product because it's super affordable, and I know I say I use a lot of product. That's because I have really thick eyebrows, but a little of this goes a long way. I'm looking over here because I have my handheld mirror. But I'm going to be walking you through my eyebrow routine. So with the product, I just like to brush it through my eyebrow sort of equally as I can. I go up and then like brush it through as well. So as I'm brushing up, it looks kind of crazy. I'm not leaving it this way, but I like to make sure that all the brow hairs are stuck to my skin because I want to make sure that my eyebrows aren't going anywhere all day. And then you sort of shape your eyebrow to your liking and what suits your face. I like to use my spoolie to sweep across the top of the eyebrow. That is my favorite part of my makeup routine. It's super satisfying and it really pulls the shape together. Sort of like that. My one thing that I don't like about this product is that it kind of leaves the eyebrows looking shiny all day. Now, some people like this look. I have mixed feelings about it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I'm not going out today, so it's fine. So I'm gonna do this step to the other eyebrow, and then I'll be back for my second and final step of my eyebrow routine. So this is what my brows currently look like. I'm now gonna go in with some concealer to carve out the underneath of my eyebrows. For some time, I thought this step was kind of evil and cursed because it's signature 2016 makeup, but I recently did 2016 style makeup as a joke on my TikTok, and I realized I actually do love carving my eyebrows. Sorry, sue me, but I'm gonna do it. So I just put some concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna be using this brush to carve out my eyebrows. Now this brush, my mom got me from Forever 21, maybe 10 years ago, but I use it to this day. Love you, mommy. So just going in with your brush, dipping it into the product, and then taking off the excess. I don't know, for some reason I just had a brain fart. You don't want too much product on your brush because then it's gonna get into your eyebrow hairs, and trust me, it's not fun. Try and be as precise as you can with this step because it can really make or break your eyebrows. I like to take my time with this step just so that I'm not messing up. And then I also like to use my finger to just soften the edges. Okay, so this is what your eyebrow should look like. I'm now gonna do my other eyebrow and then I'll be back to start on my face. Okay, so now that the eyebrows are done, the moisturizer should have had some time to set into your skin. I'm now gonna prime my skin and get started on this base routine. So for primer, I like to use this MUA Makeup Academy Pro/Base Glue Dew. Oh, hello, I can't read. Okay, let's try this again. So for primer, I like to go in with this MUA Makeup Academy Pro/Base Glow Dew Illuminating Primer in the shade Spark. This gives the same vibe as the Drunk Elephant Dewdrops. I like to say that because I've never actually tried them, but I refuse to spend that money on... Have you seen the size of that container, by the way? No thank you. You get loads more with this one, and it's actually really affordable. And I really like it, so I would definitely recommend. And just using your fingers. Sometimes people like to use brushes for this step. I like to use my fingers. Just evenly distributing the product all over your face. It's gonna leave you looking a little bit shiny, a little bit oily for now. Don't worry, we'll be setting later. But I really do love this product. My light is really reflecting off my face right now. So excuse me. So for foundation, I don't actually normally wear foundation, but I love this Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. It is sort of like a foundation if you've never heard of it. It's like a skin tint, I would say. If you haven't tried this product, you really need to try it. It is a bit expensive. Some people say that the e.l.f. Halo Glow compares to this. I haven't had much luck with that product, but I would definitely recommend this product. So personally, I like to alternate between using a beauty blender and a brush for my base, but today I'll be using both because I love things about both of them. So I'll be using them together to get the best of both worlds. So I'm gonna go in with the brush first, just to sort of buff the product out and make sure that most of the product stays on my skin, because as we all know, beauty blenders tend to pick up the product as you're using them to blend. And use a very light hand with this so that you're not leaving any streaks on your face. Okay, so now that that's all blended out, you're still gonna look a little bit dewy. I look a little bit more dewy because this light has been shining on me for the past like 20 minutes, so a bitch is sweaty. I don't know how shiny this is gonna look when I'm editing. Okay, so next step, I like to go in with some concealer. Today I'm going in with the Hourglass. I think it's called something Vanish. Yeah, I think it's called the Vanish concealer. And I'm going in with shade Cedar. Now, a little bit of this goes a long way, so I like to do a dot on the inside, a dot on the outside, a dot on the chin, and then a dot on the forehead. I literally just remembered that I said I was going to be using both a brush and a beauty blender today, and I completely forgot to use the beauty blender, so I'm just using that around without touching where the concealer is, because I'm going to be leaving that to set for a little while just to pick up any excess product. So I'm going to be leaving this concealer to set before I blend it, just so that I'm getting a little bit more coverage from the product. And while I wait for my concealer to set, I'm going to be contouring, and today I'm using the Collection Filter Finish Liquid Wand Contour in the shade, I think this is Light. Yeah, so it's the shade One Light. And I like it because it's more cool toned. I've come to really appreciate cool toned contours. Just adding it to my cheekbones and then also my forehead and a little bit on my nose. I also like to add it to the outside of my eyes just for a little bit of shadow. And then to blend out my contour, I like to use this Royal Cosmetics brush. It's a dense brush. I like it because it keeps the product in its place rather than spreading it out. And when contour is spread out on your face in places that you didn't mean for it to go, it looks like shit stains. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for being so vulgar, but it's true and everyone knows it. And this one keeps it in its place where it's supposed to be. I like to use the excess under my jaw. Well, on my jaw, I guess, just for a little bit of jawline contour. And then also moving up to my forehead, blending that part out. And also not forgetting the contour on the nose and on the eyelid. Making sure to stay away from the concealer because we're not blending it just yet. Also, you don't want it to mix with the contour. Okay, so now that that's all blended out, it should look something like this. And now we're going to be moving on to the concealer. Now, as a girl with under eye creases, my concealer, or should I say my concealer routine is sacred. I need to follow it step by step. It's very time sensitive because if I don't follow the steps and if I don't stick to the time, my under eyes are going to crease. I feel like normally they crease anyway. There's just nothing I can do about it. But if I don't do it like this, my eyelids, hello, my under eyes are going to crease immediately. So I'm just going to show you guys what I do to sort of delay the creasing. So before I even touch my concealer, I have my powder prepared. So today I'm going in with the Morphe Bake and Set in Brightening Pink. It's my favorite powder currently. All right, so I'm gonna go in with a brush first, and then I'm gonna blend in with a beauty blender, and then I'm gonna go in with the powder. So let's do it together. Okay, so just tapping the product lightly, trying to keep the product in the places where I put it rather than dragging it out. And make sure you're tapping rather than dragging, because when you're dragging, not only are you getting rid of a lot of the coverage and a lot of the product, you're creating lines, which doesn't look very good. So then I take my beauty blender and then I tap lightly just to get rid of the excess product and sort of blend out those harsh lines. I go back in with my brush to smooth out the creasing. Take your powder, dip it into the, dip your powder puff into the powder, rub the powder onto the back of your hand to get rid of any excess powder, and then pick it back up. That way the powder is a little bit finer. I know that kind of like doesn't really make sense, but trust me, it looks better. And then just tap it. Don't look up. This creator on TikTok, her name is Jasmine. I can't remember her last name, but she said don't look up when you do your concealer, because if you look up and then you look back down, you create some creasing there. So I've decided to do that, and I feel like it looks better. You can pick up more powder if you need it. I think I do, so I'm picking up a little bit more, just getting into the corners as well. Something you can do to be extra safe is take a clean eyeshadow brush, dip it into your powder, and then do another swipe under your eyes. So I'm going to do that now. Just to make sure you're not taking too much, just use whatever's excess on the lid or inside the lid, and then swipe it under your eye. And then this is also really good for those hard to reach places like the sides of your nose. Okay, so now that the under eyes are set and we're looking significantly less shiny, we can focus on the other bits of concealer that we added, like the chin and the forehead. I'm just gonna go in with my damp beauty blender to blend those parts out. I'm then gonna go back in with the powder, just setting the concealer under my eyebrows and, you know, the areas around my brow, because I feel like that's where my makeup sort of moves. I like to be careful with my cream blush. I like to add it on gradually so that I guess the powder underneath the cream blush doesn't mess with it. So today I'm using this cream blush from glam. It's the Amber Rose collection, and the shade is I'm Yours. It's so pretty, and I'm using this brush. I can't remember where I got it, but it's also a very good blush brush. And just slowly building the product up on the apples of my cheeks. That is so pretty. And of course, not forgetting the blush on the bridge of the nose. I like to use a clean brush to go over all of that product to make sure that everything's all blended out. Okay, so now that we're done with the cream products, before I move on to the powder products, I like to use a fixing spray. Now, I don't know technically what fixing sprays do, but I feel like it's in the name. It fixes your makeup. But I love it because it makes my makeup look flawless, and I like to use it in between steps as well. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So right now I'm using the Revolution Super Fix Super Hold Misting Spray. This stuff is amazing, you guys. Wow. It's refreshing too. I feel like that instantly looks 10 times better. For bronzer, I like to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I know literally everyone and their mom uses this. I just got mine like last year. I grew up watching people use this. Growing up in Jordan, I don't think there was anywhere to buy it other than those like people that would like import makeup, and it was like really expensive. So I finally got one. I think my dad got it for me last year when I was in America. You guys, I feel like it's definitely worth the hype, and it's also really affordable. For bronzer, again, I like to use a light hand. So I'm using my brush. I like to hold it from the end. This is a brush that I got from H&M. Just swirling the brush in the product, tapping off the excess, and just lightly applying. Just blending that in with the contour that we have on and the cream blush, and taking the product up to your forehead and also a little bit on the jawline. Okay, so before we move on to our blush, I want to go in with some powder to carve the contour or carve the bronzer that's on my cheekbones just for a cleaner look. Just taking some powder on my powder puff, tapping off the excess on the back of my hand, and just carving that like this. I'm going to use the excess on my smile lines because I crease like crazy over there too. While that sits for a little bit, I'm going in with my powder blush, which is from Glam. This one is the Divine Flush Matte Blush in High and Dry. Comes with a little compact mirror, which I love. And then just tapping the blush in. It's a beautiful pink color. And then, of course, on the bridge of the nose as well. Just taking a clean brush to swipe off that powder that we added underneath our bronzer and stuff. And then also just mixing or blending everything together so that everything looks smooth and seamless. So now that we're done with the face, I'm going to be moving on to the eyes. So for a soft glam look, I like to keep it simple. I'm going to be using, spoiler alert, I'm going to be using a brown shade on my crease. And to do that, I'm going in with my Morphe Nude Ambitions palette, which they kindly gifted me. So I'm going in with the shade Headline Nudes, and I'm going to be using the Morphe V205 brush because it's like fluffy. It's like the perfect combination of fluffy and dense. And just sort of messily adding this to my crease. And then whatever's left on the brush, just swipe it under your eye for a little bit of a smoky effect. Okay, so for mascara, I like to use the Catrice eyelash curler. I really like this one, but I've heard a lot of good things about the Shiseido one, but I've also heard that it's expensive. I actually don't know how much it costs. I never looked it up, but I might try it. I don't know. But for mascara, Essence, honestly, it's like the cheapest and it's the best. I use this Essence Lash Princess, the blue one. Get it. And then just curl your lashes for about, I don't know, whatever works for you. I like to curl my lashes for like 10 seconds. And then just go in with the mascara. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with the fixing spray one more time to sort of hold all the makeup in place together and make it look nice. So I'm just gonna be covering my eyes because I just did my mascara. So yeah. While that dries, I'm gonna be doing my lips. So for lip liner, I'm using the Glam So Lippy lip liner. It's like a cool toned brown. Just lining my lips. And then I like to use my finger to sort of smudge it out a little bit. So you can leave it like this, but I'm also going to go in with a second product. So I'm going in with my Kiko Colored Balm in the shade Almond, I believe. It's a beautiful shade and I love the formula. It really tastes like Betty Crocker frosting. And this is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you picked up some tips and tricks on how to perfect your soft glam go-to makeup look. So obviously this routine won't be set in stone. You can play around with different products. That's the beauty of a soft glam look. I feel like it's super versatile and it works all year round. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more beauty, fashion, and lifestyle videos. And I'll see you in the next one.